First thing first, have you guys listened to the new CORTIS comeback, Redred? Well, I listened to it right when it came out. And why did they do it like this? I have so many comments about the song. By the way, I like the song. I love the song. But there's so many experimental tries in this song, and I want to explain them from both me being native Korean as well as me being musician. There's things that I could kind of explain further because I am native Korean and a musician. I also saw the performance video as well. I saw it right when it came out. Guys, I watched this stuff right when it comes out. What was your impression of the song? You know what my first impression when I heard the song was? My first impression was, what is this mixing? What I mean by mixing is, there's a term in music called mixing engineering. And without making it all fancy and complicated, is basically adjusting the balance between different instrumentation and vocals. So you could try to make the piano stronger, you could try to make the kick stronger, you could try to make the vocal stronger. It's just more of a subjective taste in some sense. When I first heard Redred, I literally thought, why is the vocal so little? Or in another way, the fact that vocals little could also be interpreted as the instrumentation is strong. Have you guys also felt that when you listen to a song? I'm trying to listen, and then the bam 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 bam, those synthesizers were so much louder than the vocal that I couldn't even hear the lyrics. They were saying something in Korean and English, and I'm like, is my ears wrong? But that's the thing, is that I think this is a revolutionary attempt. This is actually revolutionary. Do you know why? And this is not a diss. Since a lot of you guys are Korean music fans, I don't know if you guys would be familiar with this, but do you guys know a rapper named XXXTentacion? He's a rapper who's dead now, but he released a song called Look at Me long time ago. A song goes something like, I don't know if you guys know the song. It's a very hardcore song. You guys could take a listen later if you want to. But the reason why I'm bringing this up all of a sudden is because when I first heard the song, I got so shocked. When you listen to that song, they turned up the bass to the point where it starts to clip. The clipping is a sense where in music, if you turn up certain volume too high, then it breaks in file. And I thought, wow, this is intentionally badly mixed. Because why? They want to deliver this rough feeling. And I actually loved it because it feels like you're booming the song in a car. You guys know that sensation when you play something really loud in a car with your friends and then boom, boom, the bass goes crazy and it gets distorted and all. And I felt the exact same impression when I heard the new CORTIS song, where, you know what humans usually do? When you listen to a song, you might think you adjust your volume to the song. But no, people adjust the song's volume to the vocal. Because when you listen to music, most people listen to the vocal, which is the main character of the song. So you try to turn up the volume to match the vocals level to your ear level. But then, if the vocal is small compared to beat, what's going to happen? You're going to basically turn up the music very loud. So the song is designed to give you a psychological effect for you to turn up the volume and end up having beat super strong. Why? That you're going to get this sensation that this song is very lit and powerful. Do you guys see where it's coming from? So if they had the vocal level high, people wouldn't bother turning up the song's vocal because we feel uncomfortable when vocal's too loud. Does that kind of make sense? Again, we adjust the volume of the song to the vocals level. So they want to give this rough, unorganized, wild clipping sensation. And I think that's why they mix the song like that. So I really like that. Another thing, what shocked me a lot in this song is the music video. Guys, I have to talk about this. Have you guys all seen the music video? Well, actually, we could take a look at the music video. I think I could actually play it scene by scene. Due to copyright, I can't actually play the video, but I could actually show you the scenes from it. You know, guys, how did you guys feel when you saw this music video? How did you guys feel? There's a famous quote by this movie director. Again, Martin Scorsese. And he said, "What is most personal is what is most creative." And you know how K-pop music is trying to be the next leading musical genre of the world? We're not competing domestically, we're competing globally. We're trying to lead the trend. We're no longer trying to chase after Japanese music, chase after American music. We're trying to make the new trend. And I think what a lot of the Korean producers realized is that by showing what is most Korean, it becomes most creative. So as a Korean, these scenes are so typical. It's so something that's familiar to Korean people. Guys, these kind of restaurants, you've been at least once in your life if you live in Korea. But here's the thing is that if you're not Korean, a lot of the things that are shown in this music video, and what I mean by that is, I'm not just talking about the restaurant. I'm talking about the overall coloring and the scenes. You know, this vibe is actually very something unique to Korea. This overall coloring, and do you guys see what I'm talking about? What is so familiar to Korean people, by showing what is so Korean, it actually turns into very creative new thing. Because I really wanted to talk about this. What city do you guys live in? Well, some people might say, oh, I live in Boston, I live in New York, I live in Tokyo, I live in Shanghai. You know how your city doesn't feel that crazy fancy to yourself? You see where I'm coming from? If you've been living in that city for 10 years, then it's just a city. It's just a street. But you know how people who travel to your city starts freaking out and be like, oh my gosh, the building looks so different. Oh my gosh, it's so exotic. Basically, we find whatever. You know that meme on Instagram or TikTok where people go like, they show the same scene and they say Tokyo, Japan, and they go like, do you know which meme I'm talking about? The ones where people freak out if it's Japan, like, oh my gosh, the street in America versus street in Japan. Like, and I felt the same thing. So this new CORTIS, okay, I'm not trying to diss BTS. There's a reason why I'm saying this. But you know how in BTS, their conceptual, documentary? Do you remember how that woman in the company said, we have to make it English to make it more global, blah, blah, blah. Do you guys remember that? And the members said, no, like we have to include more Korean. And that woman were going against the BTS members. I feel like for CORTIS, they actually understood that idea where what is more Korean is more international. I wish a lot of other K-pop groups applied this as well. Is that now, if you just try to fill it up with English, you might be able to get better results on the charts temporarily, but you can't be the trendsetter. If you want to be a trendsetter, you actually have to make it more Korean, more unfamiliar. In fact, when BTS came into America, did they try to Americanize it? No, they came in with their Korean songs, and people thought, wow, this is something else, this is different. And I feel like CORTIS is taking the same route, in a good sense, in a very good sense. So, guys, I could point out so many things in this music video. The clothes they're wearing and the shops they're going to. Like, for example, guys, this is a Korean vintage shop. In fact, what's funny is I feel like I've even been to this vintage shop. Physically, I actually feel like I know where this is. And the abandoned mall, not abandoned, this isn't abandoned, but it's just one of those Korea's unpopulated mall, and this is Korea's typical samgyeopsal place. It's very typical Korean baseball cage. So what I also thought was interesting is in this music video, they're trying to not act. Do you get what I mean by not acting? They're not acting. They're showing exact food, exact restaurant, exact lifestyle that they're living. And they're just showing it to the world without trying to look more richer, without trying to look more fancier. You see where I'm coming from? I like this idea because these members are barely 17, 18. If 17, 18 years old come out in the music video and they're wearing what, like Louis Vuitton and going to a luxury hotel, I guess they could, but then you ask, is that really who they are? I think it's very focused on the authenticity. If you look at the lyrics, that's literally what it talks about too. You know, what is redred? Literally the first line of the redred is 팔랑귀 팔랑귀. Do you know what 팔랑귀 팔랑귀 is? 귀 is ear in Korean. 팔랑귀 means you have a very flappy ears. What do you guys think having flappy ears mean? Flappy ears mean you change your opinion based on what other people say really easily. So if someone tells you, oh, I don't think you should wear that. Or someone tells you, oh, I don't think you should make the song like that. Then you go, oh, maybe I shouldn't. That's what we call flappy ear. Yes, 팔랑귀. And they're saying what? That's a red. That's no. Basically, that's a no is what they're saying. Or looking around and seeing other people's 눈치. If you're familiar with Korean music or Korean culture, you would know what the term 눈치 is. Are you guys familiar with the term 눈치? It's basically if you care about other people's opinion, if you care how they look at you, that's 눈치. It could be used in a good sense where if you have a good 눈치, that means you're able to read the room well. But also if you read 눈치 too much, that means you might be trying to please other people too much. and they're saying, what is that? That's red, you know? So, I also wanted to point this out. Do you guys know what this food is? I want to see if anyone could get it right. What is this food? I thought this was also very Korean. It's not gummy. Hey barbecue? Specifically what? Not lemon? Not snail? Oh, seems like no one guessed it. Pork belly? No, but we're close. It's not pork belly. It's not intestines. It's not onions. Here's the thing. Guys, do you see how it pops up? What do you think? What food pops up like that when you cook? This is actually, yes, someone said it in the chat. This is pig skin. This is pig skin. And you might be like, ew, that's disgusting. No. It's kind of very gelatined and very chewy. The thing is, it's very cheap food. So it's kind of something that's eaten by not rich people, but regular people. Guys, it's delicious. Imagine it's the crust of the meat. No. You might find it disgusting, but if you look at bacon, you know, sometimes they have an outer layer that's very thick. It's specifically that. But then you cut it and you press it and you dip it into these bean paste and bean powders. It's very, very savory. It's very savory, yes. Imagine you're eating the oil part and the skin part of the bacon. Yes. Yeah, it's kind of like a... You will like it. You will like it if you eat it for the first time. It's very tasty. But it bounces when it gets hot because it has a lot of gelatin in it. And I thought, wow, this is so Korean. As well as all of the scenes in this restaurant scene. If you guys are familiar with Korean barbecue, then you might be familiar with this overall music video. Have you guys all been to Korean restaurant? Korean barbecue? Do you know what this thing in the middle is? I feel like a lot of American people might not know. This is yeontan. This is, what is that in English? It's something that you don't use anymore. Basically, is charcoal. It's not just the grill. It's this. Have you guys ever seen this? Briquettes? It's this thing. No. This is not just barbecue grill. Long time ago, before gas and other forms of heating were common, a lot of countries used to use these. These are basically charcoals in a condensed form, and they used to use this to heat up the house, to cook foods and things like that. Oh, I guess you guys aren't familiar with this. Some house in Korea still use this, and some other countries probably still use this. Oh, you saw them in Reply 1988. Exactly. And in the music video, I think around here, there's a scene where I think Juhoon is holding that yeontan. Let me try to find it. Oh, right here. You see right there? That's yeontan. And oh no, it's not Juhoon. Is that Konho or guys? I can't tell them apart sometimes. I'm so sorry. I still have trouble. Okay. I wasn't wrong. But it says yeontan 구이 전문. It's a samgyeopsal place specialized in cooking with these. Yes. So the reason why this is so Korean is even if you travel to Korea, guys, you're probably going to go to a lot of the modern restaurants. It's going to be very difficult for foreigners to be able to find and even make the courage to walk into one of these restaurants. Would you really walk into one of these when you travel to Korea? No, even Korean people don't want to because you don't know if it's sanitarily wise nice. You don't know if they have good food. But I don't know if this applies in America. In America, generally good restaurants look fancy. But think about in terms of Chinatown. What I mean by that is in Asia, there's a lot of cases where really good restaurants doesn't look fancy on the outside. They actually look really old and it looks dusted, but people just know the food there is good. You have to apply that logic to Asia sometimes where these kind of restaurants, it might look really old and bad, but they have the really good food. Just like vintage clothes. It kind of all aligns. And what is this all about? It's about not caring what other people think. You know, if you care about what other people think, then you care about, oh, how is this picture going to look on Instagram? I have to make sure this dessert looks good on Instagram photo. But going to these kind of places is kind of like, I don't care about that. I go to a place that I like. I buy clothes that I like. I hang out with my crew. That's the idea, yes. So I thought that was very nice. Overall, I'm very excited for the rest of the songs in the album. I don't think it came out yet, right? I know Jungkook and Redred. I'm very excited for Asai. May 3rd? What? That's so late. Can't they just release it already? Alright. So yeah, that's the recent CORTIS comeback. And now, it might not sound like it's connected, but it's very connected. Are you guys familiar with Si Hyuk, Hitman Bang, Bang PD? Oh, it's this guy. For anyone who might not know. You know, I'm not trying to look shame anybody, but he really doesn't look like a good person. Do you guys get what I'm saying? I'm not just calling him out for being visually unattractive. It's just more of a... I heard things where your face reflects your personality and the life that you lived. And in that sense, I never got a good impression from him. You know what I mean? It's more of a... And here's the thing. If you're someone who's been army, if you've been following with Big Hit for a long time, you would know. This is my personal opinion about him. He's actually one of the best musicians / producers in Korea. Guys, you cannot sort of put that down. He definitely has the ability, but that's different from is he a good person or not. If you've been army for a very long time, you would know he didn't even remember or talk to V, which I don't understand why. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? He used to ignore V in BTS. And I'm like, why would you ignore your own member? So as a result, if you watch older BTS video, there's several videos where V publicly talks about how him and Bang ignores him. And other members talk about how him and Bang ignores him or mix them up, blah, blah, blah. And I don't get it. Guys, I don't get it. Okay. Apparently, him and Bang said he suffers from face recognition issue where he can't recognize people's face. And it makes me think, is that real? Or is that just an excuse? But at the same time...
At Hill.Ortiz 7537 has become a member.
Thanks so much, Hilda, for joining Hilvies. Thanks so much, cutie. Thank you. But anyway... So recently, I don't know if you guys heard the news, he has gotten a arrest warrant. Not even recently, I think this is a few hours ago. And here's the thing, guys. I have a belief. If you want to hate on someone, you have to know the situation and the person before you start hating. Hating without knowing is not a wise behavior. So I just want to clarify to you guys exactly what happened. Do you guys know why and what situation he's in right now? So right now, he's not arrested. What happened is police has sent a warrant to arrest him. So he's not arrested. He's not convicted guilty. He's just simply, the police is simply saying, you might be arrested. You might have done something wrong. So come and do some paperwork and do some investigation, interrogation. Yes. So you might be like, he's finally going to jail. He's not. And do you know why the police is calling him out? I initially thought this would be the whole New Jeans situation. Because, there was so many messy issue around there. But this has actually nothing to do with New Jeans. It has nothing to do with any of the idol stuff. Instead, what happens is Big Hit used to be not on public stock market. And there was investors in the company who hold the company's share. And what him and Bang, apparently this is what other people claim, him and Bang said, oh, don't worry, I'm not going to put Big Hit or Hype up into stock market. So you should sell your shares to other people. Is this kind of making sense? This is a little bit confusing. He made people who hold company's share sell that share to someone he knows. And then he put the company into stock market. And what happens if you do that? Then the company value goes up. And then he sold his shares that he made other people sell. Does this kind of make sense? And the investors are saying he lied to us. He told us you should sell it because we're not going to put this company. Yeah, it's like a fraud, if that makes sense. And here's the thing, is that it's not even confirmed. Yes. So a lot of K-pop fans might be like, finally he's getting arrested for mistreating idols. But this has nothing to do with that, and it's not confirmed either. But at the same time, I'm not saying that man is completely not guilty. So far, he doesn't have any history of being charged guilty. But yes, what is your opinion about him and Bang? At one point I liked him somewhat, especially when he did the him and Bang introducing the second audition rap scare 노래로 상대방의 기선을 제압해. Anyone know which video I'm talking about? Even at that point, I still felt there's some humanity left in him. But the point where his reputation really went down in Korea is two. One is the whole New Jeans situation, and two is when he was hanging out with streamers. I don't know if you guys are aware of this. Basically, paparazzi caught pictures of him hanging out with two female streamers in America. And the streamers said, oh, him and Bang just wanted to buy us a dinner. But realistically, guys, Am I being too mean for extending? It's just realistically, isn't why else would the young females streamers would hang out with him and Bang? I don't know. For me, it just feels like, isn't it just they ain't gonna let him hit? I thought it was the other way around. Are you guys thinking what I'm thinking? No, it's the other. My thought was the other way around. Why do you think the girls are there? to eat dinner? You know, no, it's not that young female streamers want to. Oh, wait, I can't tell if you guys are overly honest or no. It's just I don't think Hitman Bang is the type of person who's just nice and buys dinners for young female streamers and say goodbye. You could go home now. You know what I mean, guys? I don't think that's true. I know I'm kind of making assumptions, but anyway, let me. Yeah, sweet appa. That's crazy. Who said sweet appa? sugar appa? That's crazy. I never heard that term before. But anyway. But undoubtedly he's a good musician. And my worry of me even bringing this up is, I just hope his legal issues doesn't hold back BTS or TXT or CORTIS. Do you guys see where I'm coming from? They all made very significant, important comeback recently. The big three in the big hit, they all made a comeback. He just needs to freaking, not cause any trouble and just let the boys do their work. You guys agree? This is not a time for him to mess the boys up. So I don't have any will to defending him, but I wish he doesn't get any serious trouble for this, because if he gets in serious trouble with this legal accusation, it might hinder all the idol group's performance, because at the end of the day, he is the leader. So I hope at least not now, at least not while they're all making a comeback. Yes. And this is more personal talk. I think these kind of arrest warrant and things like that, these aren't simply because he's a bad guy and that's why police are arresting him. It's more deeper than that. This entertainment field, every single tiny news affects the stock price. So if BTS is making a comeback, then the stock price goes up. And when him and Bang get arrested, then the stock price goes down. And what I'm saying is, there's a chance where someone who wants the stock prices to go down might have leaked or intentionally accused them for illegal activity so that they could lower the stock price. There is a very messy situation when it comes to money and stocks, so we won't really know. But anyway, that's the daily little yapping over CORTIS and him and Bang.